What is going on, guys? Pumpson87 here, and today I'm bringing you the AOR round 3 of the Oceania XB1 League for the Italian Grand Prix on the Circuit de Monza, the Autodromo de Monza, I believe it is. And here I am, just in my house car, obviously, on the final round of qualifying, and that's already a mistake right there. I'm actually showing my qualifying lap, just to give you guys an idea of like what my sort of qualifying pace is at, because the past 2 rounds, my qualifying pace has been worse than my race pace for some reason. Which is weird. Way back in ASR when I was doing this game on that league, I felt like my qualifying pace was much better than my race pace. Now I've sort of just turned it around and my qualifying pace seems to be lacking, and it's the same story with this lap. I've already made a few small mistakes so far around the first 2 chicanes. The second chicane, by the way, I should mention, I just had no confidence around. It's a real bastard, basically. It's an absolute... oh, hell. I just hate those curbs. More on that later. We're completing the rest of the lap now. Going through this garage chicane, I got back a little bit late, and I could have clipped the apex a lot more. I had to back off a little bit more than I wanted to, as I didn't want to run too wide and get the lap evaluated, which you can do quite easily around this track. But obviously low downforce. It's a dry weekend, completely qualifying and races. We're going through a parabolic now, flipping the apex quite nicely, fairly early on the traction. Make sure you don't run wide. If you run wide, then you either risk spinning out, or you have to slow down and ease off the gas to... well, either way, you'll have a bad run onto the straight, and that'll ruin the end of your lap. But even with that lap there, which I thought, you know, I could have got better, obviously, I could have improved, we're still only P13, so that's how competitive this field is. I was just less than a second off pole position. But obviously, I guess the other guys during the week have been doing a lot of sweaty practice.
Here we go, I'm hitting Mark 5 here on this start finish straight.
Oh my word, oh my poo, oh my word, it's not even difficult either. Oh, this one's flat out as well.
Yep, completely flat.
You don't actually have to touch the brake until about turn 8.
Whereas I haven't. So let's go into strategy now. It'll be a one stop. As I'm starting outside the top 10, it'll be a soft tyres to the super softs. And it should be quite easy to do, really. This track is generally quite hard on the rear tyres, which seems to be my speciality. I'm quite kind on the rear tyres. Being on the pad, though, that means I have the reverse effect. I'm much harder on the front tyres. Although lockup shouldn't be that bad, I think, as brake pressure obviously towards the rear. Let's see how things go, but the first corner is always going to be tricky. Starting down at P13, I want to take it nice and cautious. We've got Harry Ryan's view from the top left as they both start on the grid now. Lights on, away we go. I'm behind my Haas teammate Chimchar, Harry Ryan's behind me in P15. We've got Black Knight just on his right, the newcomer to this league. We're racing nice and cautiously into turn 1. Harry Ryan, though, goes up the middle of both Haas drivers. Very aggressive from him, and it actually really pays off as he gets up into P12. And I go side by side with Chimchar now at the exit turn 1, but he gets the position ahead of me there, as now Harry Ryan is threatening the Ferrari ahead as Chimchar's going side by side of Aaron. I'm just taking it nice and cautiously as Harry Ryan's looking up the inside of the other newcomer to this league. This is Jetson in the Ferrari, and both of them get forced out wide as Harry Ryan a bit too aggressive there. That move wasn't really going to work, and if I was him, I would have backed out of that move and not floated down the inside, but I suppose he's trying to be aggressive. But there's a car off already through the Lesmos on the first lap. That is Hazardous Jared. He's not completely out of the race, but he just has massive front wing damage. I believe he actually got pole position, so very fortunate of him. But we've got more action, more side-by-side action as Harry Ryan has went side-by-side with my teammate Chimchar. I'm going to have a small replay of that. And I don't think Harry Ryan just saw that my teammate was there and slightly squeezed him out on the entrance to Ascari chicane. And that actually slowed me up massively as I couldn't get past through that tyre section there, and that put me under pressure from Black Knight and Neon Tree down behind, as they're both very close. So now I'm back on board with Harry Ryan as the following Aaron F4 just outside the post. There's contact ahead between Warden and Jetson, and they're both going really quite slow, and that's allowed Harry Ryan to get through, but it's also holding me and Chimchar up as I have to navigate through Warden, but Jetson is going really slow ahead of us. So we're back off the throttle. Now we've got my teammate and the Ferrari going side by side. Can we look up the inside? No, we're not going to do that. That would have been a very, very ballsy move, but we get away with it. So does Chimchar, my teammate. Jetson goes out wide. I think he might have been squeezed off by Chimchar, I'm not quite sure. But all happening in this open lap, and we're still all the way down in P11. So But the main thing is we have a full front wing, we haven't got any damage. I believe quite a few people in this field have got at least a small bit of damage, including Dominator and Jets might as well. I think Neon Tree Dome might as well, but now we're going to look on a replay of Neon Tree Dome behind the Scorpion full wide down the straight. That was pretty impressive where we didn't all collect each other, even though Jetson went wide. And Black Knight there spins Warden round, and Neon has nowhere to go but into the side of them and gets even more front wing damage, unfortunately. So very unfortunate for him. That's completely ruined Neon's race. And now on to midway through lap 2. Chimchar's really struggling, it looks like. Losing the back end quite a bit through the two Lesmos, and I'm just biding my time, getting to a rhythm. I still have full front wing, and I'm still on course with my strategy. And Chimchar's going really slow over the back straight. We're looking at the inside into a Scary, a very ballsy move, and we pull it off. We go slightly wide, but either way, there was no harm done. We didn't actually squeeze off Chimchar, even though Chimchar's lost a lot of time to us. That wasn't our fault, according to him. Apparently, he just went wide himself, and we didn't squeeze him out. So, very unfortunate for him, though. He lost a lot of time. I think he ruined his strategy doing that as well. So, a bit unfortunate, but that's a very aggressive move which needs to be done, as I believe Chimchar also had damage from the first lap melee. But anyway, we're on board with Harry Ryan, as we got Fence looking at the inside of Aaron, and Fence there spins Aaron round. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Maybe a bit of a racing incident. I think Aaron sort of turned in, and Fence sort of went a bit too deep. Sort of a mixture, I'm not quite sure. You have to replay that one back if it's going to be used for the stewards' inquiries. But now, once again, on the back of Harry Ryan, it's got to be said that he's had a great start to this race. So have I. We've both been keeping it clean, both on the soft tyres. But now he's looking quite slow and threatening to us. Hopefully we can look at the inside into the second chicane, but he brakes quite late himself. And he hits a curb and goes quite wide, couldn't that chicane. And we get a lot of wheel spin ourselves, so make a little bit of contact. So going side by side into the first left zone, trying to hold it round his outside. But that won't really work, just a little bit of a mistake with the low downforce, and he keeps the position ahead of me as we both go through the corner. But Harry Ryan there looking quite vulnerable in the early part of this race. It's only lap 4 and lots happened already, so a very chaotic race so far. And quite a few mistakes being made, as you can see in the mini-map, quite a few people already had to pit, go on medium tyres and trying to slog it out to the end. So their strategy is really compromised. But anyway, we're going round the outside of Harry Ryan into the first chicane. Will we pull it off? Looks like we will. A beautiful manoeuvre by myself, it's got to be said. And we get up to P8. Very nice move from Harry Ryan. And our next target is Dominator, as he was battling there with iFens. It's got to be said, by the way, there are quite a few people running wide at the Parabolica curve, which I felt like was slowing them down quite a bit and leaving them quite vulnerable down the straight. Although I'm pretty sure Dominator has some sort of damage. Either way, his pace is going quite poor, really. As we're looking around the outside of turn 1, once again, a little bit of contact. Let's see if we can do what we did to Harry Ryan, but no, Dominator actually gets very good traction and out-tractions me out of the first chicane, and yeah, it's still ahead. But we're in the slipstream now, got to Rich Mix, and can we look at the inside of the second chicane? We think about doing the dummy, think about diving down the inside, but Dominator actually already brakes quite late as well, as we get a lot of that inside curb, but unfortunately, couldn't really do anything. Dominator held the racing line and kept position ahead of us. So next attempt now on the following lap. Dominator's pace really is quite poor, as once again he runs quite wide at Parabolica and ruins his run onto the straight as they're all over the back of him. Will he defend? No, he won't defend this time. So we've got the inside line looking down towards the first chicane. So it can be a dive bomb manoeuvre, or they're really side by side. Can we spot our braking zone quite nicely? Yes, we can. We go side by side, but we hit the curb and sort of just go into Dominator's path, but I'm not even sure if there's any contact really. We might have just got away with that. Those curbs are bloody deadly. Set me up with 2 wheels and somehow I controlled it and didn't crash out Dominator in the process. I actually apologised to him after the race about that, but I don't think he remembered, so well, that's okay then, we got away with that. And now we're on board with another battle, Jetson and Harry Ryan, and Jetson there squeezing Harry Ryan wide as Harry Ryan cuts the chicane there, and I mean, he could have gone slower through there, and he wouldn't have got a time penalty for that, but Jetson there kind of forcing him out, though I didn't really need to do that, and that's a mistake from me, once again, on the curve through turn 1. I absolutely hate those curves. I just hate them with passion, and second chicane, same lap, I once again go on the curb, completely lose the back end, and that's allowed Harry Ryan to catch up. I hate those curbs. On lap 10, will we do the same thing through the second chicane? Yes, we will. We clip the orange curb. This time it's even more deadly. We're in the gravel, and we've smashed into Aaron, and that's front wing damage, and I've completely bottled it. You're gonna come in whinging and stuff like that, excuses, whatever you want to say. but those curbs are actually just really unrealistic. You can put a wheel either side of it and it won't affect you at all. You can pretty much be corner cutting. I mean, at least keep it consistent where you have the orange curb all the way on that inside bit. I mean, as you can see in the replay, I don't think I actually hit my front tyre as much as it's more the rear, and the oversteer on that orange curb just destabilised the back of the car massively. Got wheel spin into the gravel, lost control, and just clipped Aaron. Aaron didn't get anything from it, so he got away with that, but all I got was front wing damage. And at the end of this lap, I had to pit, obviously, for a new front wing and to go on the medium tyres to the end. I was planning to take it to lap 16, which I feel like I would have done. My tyre wear was okay at that point, but yeah. Had to go now on the mediums, and that's cost me quite a few positions. Around a P10, there's going to be more people going down the pit straight any second. P11, there's Dominator goes past. Now we've got Neon Tree Dome. Now we got, who's that, Jetson as well, who had to go onto medium tyres as well. So completely ruined. Completely ruined the race. We would have been much higher if it wasn't for that. And let's see what we can do, taking these medium tyres at the end. As we once again go over the orange curb, we didn't learn. I think if we had practiced more, we would have probably known to avoid it and, you know, picked our lines more for those two chicanes. But I still maintain it's not consistent and it's not really realistic, those two curbs. I mean, I doubt real life Formula 1 cars would go on two wheels after being launched on a curb. But nothing really was happening in my race, so let's look at other people's races. As we're on board of Warden fighting Prosnator, both of them having really impacted races. As Warden there going for a double manoeuvre down the outside, brakes too late and spins on the curbing there. Warden having a complete mare of a race. I mean, usually he's up front battling with Ryan and Ben, but he's having a real hassle of things. As Neon Tree Dome, he could have been quite threatening towards the end of this race. He pitted for the super soft tyres and he just hit the back of my teammate Chimchar for some reason. I'm not quite sure. I think he was trying to go for the outside line, but he was too far back and I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do. But now we're on board with Harry, Ryan and Jetson. Those two have been battling all this race, and they actually had a very heated argument afterwards about some of their collisions and racing. But anyway, an actual battle up front is for the podium position as Team Tiametmarduk and Acho, and we're going through Parabolica now. These two are literally like a second apart all race, but unfortunately not now, as Acho sadly spins out on the Parabolica curve, and that's a very unfortunate case for him. As now I'm back aboard in my race, I think Warden there pitted for the super soft tyres. I'm not quite sure why. He could have stretched his medium. Out to the end. I don't know why he felt like he needed to pit again, but that's the free position for me up to P9. And it's worth noting, by the way, I have no time penalties, whereas Harry, well, I saw Harry's first penalty there, the stop-go for corner cutting, but he actually has another one, and I'm not sure if Jetson has. If Jetson does, then that's going to be 2 free positions for us at the end of this race, as we are only about 3 seconds behind, and we stayed about 3 seconds behind Jetson all the way to the flag, and Harry, Ryan and Jetson's battling only meant we pulled closer. So only about 2 seconds behind now, go through Parabolica. We're on P11 on the road, but will it be P9 going across the line? Will it be P9? Harry Ryan's got a penalty ahead, and it will be P9 going across the line. It would have been higher. Had it not been for my bottle, it would have been much higher. I mean, Aaron finished in 8th place, but he got loads of penalties. He I think is battling Proza to the end. So I felt like we could have at least got P7 if it wasn't for my stupid bottle. But that's just the way it is. I just got to learn to pick my lines better through the 2 chicanes. I mean, they are who they are. They affect people the same way. I guess I just need to learn how to deal with them better. But at least I got points in the 3rd race this AOR Championship. I feel like my pace is okay. I feel like I would have got decent points had I not done that. But nonetheless, let's look at the point standings. I haven't done that so far in this mini-series. So the points so far, I am in P9. It's Ryan leading, about 10 points ahead of Ben in 2nd. And I believe Fenz has now worked his way up to 3rd in the standings ahead of Warden, who had a complete horrible race today, unfortunately. So I think our aim for the end of the season is to keep us on the top 10, and I believe we can do that, definitely. Finish P8 if possible. That's going to be a secondary aim maybe, but I feel like our pace has been good so far. I feel like we're definitely mixing in with the points runners, And I feel like we've shown good pace. And it is actually kind of rewarding seeing myself as the only one, apart from Ryan, to have no penalties during that race. I would take this as a mini achievement. Even though we bottled it, we could have been higher. Having no penalties, whereas everyone else got at least 3, 6, 9 seconds, whereas Harry and Ryan got like 26 seconds. I could say it's a mini achievement. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please smash the like button if you did. Please subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys for my next video, whatever that may be. So see you guys then. Palms out.